Make no mistake, looking at the big board with the stock market and the Dow up 220 points, this is actually the stock market cheering the results of that first round of the French presidential elections because there were no surprises. Does this make France an attractive place to put some money ahead of round 2 of the election, which is May 7th? We asked Global Trends Investments President Tom Lydon, who's an ETF expert, and Jan van Eck of Van Eck Associates. He's the CEO and president. Tom, to you first. Are there French ETFs that you like right now, or are there more opportunities in European ETFs that would work better?
Well, hi, Liz. A great question. There's one ETF that's specific for France, EWQ, which is the iShares France ETF. Again, up today, 5.4%, as much as the S&P is up year to date, which is amazing. But the funny thing is, last week, on Friday, 57 million came out of this ETF, so a lot of people didn't have confidence in the elections going forward. The big question is, are we going to continue to see things moving? I think so, for sure, but rather than playing just France, I would also look at Europe as a whole, and specifically the Deutsche Bank European hedge ETF. You're getting all of Europe, but most importantly, you're hedging against the currency.
All right. Speaking of the currency, Jan, the euro has skyrocketed today. It's done very well. It's at a near 5-month high.
Right.
Where do you like to invest in France?
Well, the trade I like for Europe is, if you think of Europe as 2 years behind the United States, and they're just starting to raise interest rates because they're still negative in France, negative rates for 2 years and 5 years, then the banks may recover just the way they have here. So there's an ETF that invests in European banks, EUFN. So that would be my favorite contrarian kind of trade
What's
idea.
In it?
Just the big banks in Europe, including the UK, Switzerland, so HSBC. Deutsche Bank, as you may recall, last year hit new all-time lows after the crisis, so it's a contrarian trade.
Tom, we've got 10 seconds here. 223 points to the upside. Does this drive through to tomorrow?
I think so, Liz. There's a lot of pent-up demand, and especially in Europe, small, mid-sized companies surely are excited.
Great to see both of you. Jan van Eck of Van Eck & Associates and Tom Lydon, ETF Trends France, driving the markets higher. Can you believe this? The Dow ending up 217 points, and it is a record for the NASDAQ. David